Hello viewers, today for the initial checkout we have a Vtech 5.8 GHz Digital or Digital Spread Spectrum telephone. This is a duo of two handsets. The base does have within it a digital or digital answering system. And this particular one is going to be the model 6773. There's the informations. Not really sure how the model number scheme works on these because I've seen them under 6763, 6772. This one's a 6773, and they all seem to be the same. I don't know what the difference is. Doesn't appear to be the number of handsets. While I suppose this one could have originally come with a third handset, I don't at the moment have any reason to believe that happened. But anyways, that'll probably be a mystery forever. Regardless, this is a very important telephone in my collection. My uncle used to have a set of 3 handsets, which I now have, and I remember using that telephone over at their house. And this is also a very prominent telephone in my earlier days of telephone collecting. Years and years ago, in the mid and late 2000s, we had a Vtech 5881, I think was the model number. And we used that through the mid 2000s and the late 2000s. And then when we relocated in the very late 2000s, the land phone kind of fell out of favor to the stupid iPhones, and so it kind of stopped being used. Now, I never really used it because I always had my own phone. I had the Uniden XCA650, and that was what I talked on primarily, almost exclusively, for years. In fact, the XCA650 also came from my uncle, and that was the cordless phone that he had prior to him purchasing these phones. So I had that 650 from the time he bought this set, and I used it up until, I don't know, for another 10 or 15 years. So anyways, when I started to really get into phone collecting, which was sometime in like the early 2010s, I started to want the 5881 for my collection. And I don't know what happened to the one that we had. It just disappeared at some point. And I never really paid much attention to it because I didn't use it. And at the time, my grandmother had gotten us it was really more for me, the Uniden 1580, and so I had those around the house. And so the 5831, it got kind of just pushed aside and the other ones were there. And then one day it just disappeared, and to this day I have no idea whatever happened to it. So it's gone. It's not here. I've searched for it for a while and I was never able to find it. So that's it. It's no longer with us, I guess. So when I started to get into telephone collecting and I wanted that set, my uncle ended up giving me these, coincidentally, just because he happened to get new ones. And so this was kind of like the 5881 to me. Obviously it's a very different model in a lot of ways, but it was a Vtech, it was a 5.8, it looked kind of similar from the back, and so I kind of liked it. It reminded me of the 5881s, and so I used it a ton. And then of course I got a 5881 and whatever, and then by the time I got the 5881, I almost liked this set better because this is the one that I had been using for a couple of years, and I thought it worked really well. And you know, of course it has all the good times that I was over at my uncle's house and we were using it. So anyways, really good phone. A lot of good memories within this set, and it will forever be a very important model to my collection. So with all that being said, Let's see what we have here. This set came with the clips, which I think was the only reason I bought this particular set, is because they had the clips. My uncle didn't have the clips for his, and I bought a couple of other sets over the years, and they didn't have it either. So now I have some clips, and they seem like they're on there pretty sturdy. That's good. The LCDs or the CLDs are not working correctly. That's no surprise. These unfortunately failed. It's really too bad that a lot of these Vtech and AT&T branded 5.8s from this era had the screen issue, because otherwise these were really good phones. Here's handset number 2. There's some junk on the buttons, but otherwise it's pretty clean. Not a lot of wear on the back. These have the volume buttons on the side, which is something I really like. Okay, I guess there's a message on there that I recorded, so I must have already checked these out to some extent. Oh well, we're checking them out again. Let's go ahead and call these things up and see what they sound like.
Hello, I'm unable to answer your call right now. Please leave your name, number, and
that was the same voice that the 5881 had. It had the female voice. So that was another thing, another similarity that I kind of liked about these. Now I prefer the male voice from this time period. I think the pronunciation's a little better, it's easier to understand, and it just has a weight to it that's so powerful yet completely pleasant at the same time. This one, other than the nostalgia to it, I remember hearing this voice all the time when we get home and play the messages. I don't particularly like this voice. It sounds like very computery, and a lot of the pronunciation isn't very clear in my opinion. So anyways, let's turn that off for now.
Mailbox 2. You have one
whole message. So anyways, let's see what kind of rings we got here. It does not distort at full volume. I always thought that confirmation tone was kind of cool. I think my uncle used tone 0. I always like tone 7. Well, actually, I like a lot of the tones on here, but I remember using tone 7 a lot. I think I used that tone for a while too. It's got a good volume to it as well for the ringer. Okay, let's call again. Okay, so it seems to ring pretty good. Let's get this answering machine set up.
Record outgoing message. Set security code 50.
Okay.
Set audible message alert. Off. On. Set announce only. Off. On. Set base ringer. On. Set number of ring. 2, 4, 6. Tool saver. Record outgoing message. Hello, I'm unable to answer your call right now. Please call again. Thank you.
Okay, so it's on announce only.
Answering machine on.
The answering machine is on. Let's call it up and hear the announce only greeting. After I learn how to use the equipment.
Hello, I'm unable to answer your call right now. Please call again. Thank you.
Okay, so that was the announce-only greeting.
Record output. Set security. Set audible. Set announce only. On. Off. Set
And the time is not set, so we'll set that.
Sunday, 12:13 a.m. 2012. To set date and time, press time. Set Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 12 a.m. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 a.m. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 p.m. 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2012, 2015, 2020, 2021. Thursday, 4:20 p.m. 2021.
Okay, let's record a message. This is going to have a call screening freak show. I don't think I can lower it while it's ringing now.
Hello, I'm unable to answer your call right now. Please leave your name, number, and a message after the tone.
Will this be a call screening freak show? Somewhat. Well, that wasn't too bad. Okay, let's lower this down. I'll try to go into mailbox 3 this time. And we should get only 2 rings.
Hello, I'm
I don't know why sometimes it does that. Because I picked up this other phone, but this other phone's on the same line, so it shouldn't have made a difference. This is not the only phone that's done that.
Hello, I'm unable to answer your call right now. Please leave your name, number, and a message after the tone. Mailbox 3, now recording.
I almost forgot to put it into mailbox 3 because I was distracted by turning on the ceiling fan. Okay, so we've got messages in both mailbox 1 and 3, or new ones anyways. And then there is an old message, or a whole message, in mailbox 2. So let's change the greeting and then we'll record a message into mailbox 2.
Record outgoing message. Now recording.
This has one of the worst fake microphones there is, because the fake microphone is not anywhere near even in relation to the top and the bottom. If that makes any sense, it doesn't really, but whatever, it's getting late. This has one of the worst fake microphones there is, because the fake microphone is not anywhere near even in relation to the top and the bottom. If that makes any sense, it doesn't really, but whatever, it's getting late. This is where it's claiming the microphone is, but in reality it's over here. I don't know what it is with these companies and deceiving you about the location of the microphone. This has one of the worst fake microphones there is, because the fake microphone is not anywhere near even in relation to the top and the bottom. If that makes any sense, it doesn't really, but whatever, it's getting late. I just spent a few seconds trying to figure out what the advantage of deceiving a customer in regards to the location of the microphone is, and I can't think of anything. Now I also just realized the fake microphone distracted me from recording the message into mailbox 2. I will just do a memo for that then.
Please select mailbox. Now recording.
Goose!
End of recording.
Okay, I'll switch the lights off momentarily so that you can see the mailbox. And there's that awful flicker from the ceiling fan. So there's all the mailbox lights flashing. Put the lights back on. And let's play back those messages.
Mailbox 1. You have 2 new messages. Friday, 12:14 a.m.
Will this be a call screening freak show? Somewhat. No, that wasn't too bad.
Friday, 12:17 a.m.
I just spent a few seconds trying to figure out what the advantage of deceiving a customer in regards to the location of the microphone is, and I can't think of anything. I also just realized the fake microphone distracted me from recording the message into mailbox 2.
End of messages. Mailbox 2. You have 1 new message and 1 old message. Friday, 12:18 a.m.
Close!
End of messages. Mailbox 3. You have 1 new message. Friday, 12:15 a.m.
I almost forgot to put it into mailbox 3 because I was distracted from turning on the ceiling fan.
End of messages.
Okay, now let's test the remote access feature. I'm not quite sure how it works on these phones, but we're about to find out.
You have no new messages.
Okay.
Press pound 1 to play mailbox 1. Press pound 2 to play mailbox 2. Press pound 3 to play mailbox 3. Press pound 5 to stop. Press pound 4 to repeat the message. Press pound 6 to skip the message. Press pound 9 to delete the message. Press star 5 for other functions. Press pound 7 to review outgoing message. Press star 7 to record outgoing message. Press star 8 to record memo. Press pound 4 twice to repeat previous message. Press pound O to turn the system on or off. Press star 5 for other functions. Press pound 1 to play mailbox 1. Press pound 2 to play mailbox 2. Press pound 3 to play mailbox 3.
Play.
Press pound 5 to stop.
That's ridiculous.
Press pound 4 to repeat the message. Press pound 6 to skip the message. Press pound 9 to delete the message. Press star 5 for other functions.
So it looks like you can do just about everything remotely.
Now recording.
This is a test of the outgoing message recording. How do you stop it? Oh, this is ridiculous. Well, eventually it's got to stop. I think it only records for 30 seconds. This is some quality footage right here. Only on this channel. Okay, we're gonna try that again.
This is a test of the outgoing message.
You have no new messages. Press pound 1 to play mailbox 1. Press pound 2 to play mailbox. Press pound 7 to review outgoing message. Press star 7 to record outgoing message. Press star 8 to record memo. Press pound 4 twice to repeat previous message. Press pound O to turn the system on or off. Press star 5 for other functions.
So it's not saying how to stop the recording.
Now recording.
So we're recording the outgoing message now, which I believe can have a maximum duration of the 30 seconds, but it's not explaining how to stop the recording. So, okay, not okay really. None of those keystrokes seem to do it. That's pretty ridiculous if there's no way to stop that recording.
So we're recording the outgoing message now, which I believe can have a maximum duration of 30 seconds, but it's not explaining how to stop the recording. So, okay, not okay really. None of those keystrokes seem to do it. That's pretty ridiculous if there's no way to stop that recording.
Okay, so maybe 1 through 3 is what stops the recording.
Now recording.
Okay, this is a test. Did it hang up on me? It did. Why does it do that? I wanted to record it from the corded trimline telephone.
Hello, I'm unable. You have no new messages. Press pound 1 to play mailbox 1. Press pound 2 to play mailbox 2. Press pound 7 to review outgoing message. Press star 7 to report outgoing. Now recording.
This is the recording of the outgoing message on the corded trimline telephone remotely to see if the recording quality and the playback quality is any better, because that seems to have been a going trend recently where the recording quality and the playback quality are better when listening remotely. Okay, so I guess pressing 1 to 3 doesn't do it. Maybe it'll just time out again, I don't know. That's pretty ridiculous. It still shows that it's being accessed remotely. Okay, so let's see if I don't think they're recorded.
This is the recording of the outgoing message on the corded trimline telephone remotely to see if the recording quality and the playback quality is any better, because it seems to have been a going trend recently where the recording quality and the playback quality are better when listening remotely. Okay, so I guess pressing 1 to 3 doesn't do it. Yeah, just time out again. That's pretty ridiculous. Still shows that it's being accessed remotely.
That's ridiculous. I don't understand how to stop the recording. So I'm going to go into the computer and see if I can find an instruction manual for this. Looks like I don't have. I know I have a paper copy of the manual somewhere. I guess I'll have to take a look at it and see. I do have, however, in the studio, a paper copy of the manual for the other AT&T 5.8 phone that we looked at recently, and that may have the same kind of functionality to it. So let's see if this other manual for the AT&T 5643B will provide any insight as to this crazy remote greeting thing. Okay. Paper, not a Digitan manual. This is a paper manual. Okay, let's see here. Answering system operation. Remote access 34.
1 new message and 2 old messages.
Hold messages.
5:12:31 a.m.
That's ridiculous. I don't understand how to stop the recording. So I'm going to go into the computer and see if I can.
Message deleted. End of messages.
This says press *7. So it's the same code. This says 5 to stop recording. So let's see. Let's try it. Pretty sure I pressed 5, but it didn't work.
You have no new messages. Now recording.
Now will it stop recording when I press the 5? Doesn't seem like it stopped recording. No, it's still recording. That's ridiculous. Alright, I don't know how to use that. Whatever. I have to get the manual. I'll get it another time. I don't feel like looking for it today. Okay, so with that fiasco out of the way, we know the answering machine works. Let's get these messages out of here.
Please select mailbox. All old messages deleted. Please select mailbox. All old messages deleted. Please select mailbox. All old messages deleted. Record outgoing message.
And we'll stop recording.
Outgoing message deleted.
Okay, let's go over to the mains and let's make some outside calls. Start with handset number 1. Oh, we can do a locate handset here as well. That's not anywhere near as loud as it can be. It's not as loud as the ringer. I never quite understood why not. Anyways, let's turn this on. The buttons are kind of hard to press, but that's no surprise.
Greetings from Joe's Family Farms with spring around the corner this weekend. Our wine stand is open for bottle sales on Fridays and Saturdays from 12 noon till 4:30 p.m.
It is a very convenient way to purchase your favorite Jones wine for the weekend. The wine stand is located adjacent to our park.
I always found the earpiece on these to have kind of a tinny sound to it. The speakerphone, on the other hand, is much better. There's one thing that drove me nuts about these phones, and that's the volume control changes. It changes both talk and speaker. So we go speaker, it's on full. We'll go down, we'll go back to talk. It's on low, which is annoying because I usually talk with it on low and I use speaker on high. So always changing it.
We currently have a 2-bottle special of 20% off our Sunshine White, which pairs well with Asian foods, shellfish, cured meats, and curries. As for the winery courtyard and enjoying a glass of wine at the farm, we plan to open in April, so stay tuned, and better yet, subscribe to our newsletter to be first informed on activities around the farm and winery. Again, the JonesFamilyFarms.com.
Okay, we're sitting on this call. You don't have to do this. You can have both handsets on at once, but I'll just show that, and you get right to the call. Oh, here's another really neat thing that it does. I want to turn this off so we can hear it better. When you pick up another handset, it makes a little sound. Very subtle, but it's enough to hear that someone's grabbing another phone. Okay, so let's call again from this handset. These dial really fast, which is another thing I like about them.
In order to complete this call, you must dial the area code and the telephone number.
I did. Maybe it dialed too fast for the transition to happen. Whoops. Having a button freak show here.
Good evening. Hate writing checks? Then don't. Use our automatic bill pay.
Digitan bill pay.
Bank in a member FDIC
is Saturday, March 20th. People's United Bank. Time, 9:46.
Current temperature at 45 degrees. Clear skies through Sunday, highs mid to upper 50s, low tonight, low 30s.
Such a great speakerphone, these. Okay, now I will call the testing answering machine so that you can see just how good the pickup really is. Now, you can't see nothing if the thing's not in the frame. I think I'd pay more attention to where this camera is pointing.
2 new messages. Message 1.
This is handset number 1 on the talk mode. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to vacate the studio now. It's cold out here today. And I'm going to pass through to the other side of the room. And now I am almost as far as I can go. Now I'm as far as I can go, so it's still clear here. It's working well. These are 5.8 over 2.4 dual band, and I have found that the range on these is pretty decent, although the 2.4 definitely seems to cut out sooner than the 5.8, which is curious in regards to the properties of radio frequency signals. So I think it's probably just a bad antenna design or something like that. Okay, now I'm going to switch it to speakerphone. It's on the speakerphone now. It's got that glowing orange light near the button, which is neat. And I'm speaking at about the same volume and distance from the phone, just to get a comparison between the two pickups. And now I'm going to set it down on the table. I'm speaking right above the telephone and about a foot away. Now I'm going to start going back. Now I'm about 2 feet away from the telephone. And now I'm about 3 feet away from the telephone. And I can do this much easier now that I've moved some of the stuff near to the other location. I can just kind of walk across the room. Now I'm about almost 5 feet away from the phone. I could never go this far before because there just wasn't enough walking room. Now I am all the way across the studio room, which is probably about 6 to 8 feet. So if it was still picking up back there, then that's really incredible. I'm going to hang this up and putting it back into the base. So I'll take it off speaker first.
Message 2.
This is the second handset. This is a test first on the speakerphone. And now this is the test on phone mode. I'll hang this one up with the buttons.
End of messages.
Phenomenal pickup on speakerphone. This phone truly has one of the best handset speakerphones I've ever used, and that's surveying hundreds of models, so that's really saying something about the performance of the speakerphone. So all in all, that seems to work pretty well. I noticed there was a little bit of clipping when I got far away to the other side of the house. That's not too surprising to me because it is 2.4 and the Wi-Fi screws that up. So in a clean use case, I think it would work fine. Anyway, so that's it. These are ready to go, get cleaned up, and put into service.